Hello.
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 Hello!
Hello.
And welcome
To OSW Review.
OSW Review.
OSW Review.
OSW Review.
To OSW Review.
OSW Review.
Old School Wrestling Video Podcast.
Filmed in
Glorious Grapple Vision.
and encoded with
Blast processing.
And then here's where the processing happens. Various cables where OOC and V1 and J are in.
We chronologically critique.
Wrestling storylines.
pay-per-view by pay-per-view.
This is your host,
Your boy, Jay Hunter.
The original horror movie icon, Big Boss Jay Hunter.
Big Crash Holy Mark, Jay Hunter.
insert blank, Jay Hunter.
Joined as ever by Band of the Boyz, Mr. OOC.
The keeper of kayfabe, Mr. OOC. Alright.
Insert blank, Mr. OOC.
What bar is he?
Homer Simpson, ya fucking animal, ya. And insert blank here, V1.
It's WrestleMania X7.
It's WrestleMania X7.
X7. WrestleMania X7.
X7! WrestleMania X7.
The WrestleMania X7 of WrestleManias.
And it's coming up.
Right now.
Gary's tried him. Wow.
You're quite good at turning me up.
Sweet can.
Oh, amazing job doing impressions of us, guys. That's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah, which one do you think was best, Jay?
Oh, the third from last.
Yeah. There's only two.
Only 2 people sent in? Then fuck it, you're all getting cancelled. Welcome, naggers! Happy days are here again. What is the new storyline after X7? Well, after this, we're gonna do the 2 tattoo reviews. So we won't decide on the new storyline just yet.
Needs more Shane Douglas. That's what OSW needs.
Oh yeah, jeez, nice to be on YouTube again.
Woo!
Are we on YouTube? Oh, we'll fucking find out, won't we? Yeah, that artwork for X7, our intro. Thank you so much, Peter Nguyen. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Yeah, it took months for him to do, and we got finalised right before our Dublin Comic Con panel for those awesome banners. Peter is super talented and does a wrestling-influenced webcomic called Riptiders. So it's like Hulkamania era WWF if it was a racing league with like aquatic animals.
Nice.
It's so many puns.
Sounds really bizarre. To give that a go.
CM Plank, Morella Typhoon, as opposed to Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brian Herring,
Nice.
and my favourite, Shark Wahlberg. It's like, you're not my friend, you're my chum.
Very talented, thank you.
And our What Bar t-shirts are back in stock. Are they? Why don't you click and find out?
Maybe not. Just click it, buy one before they're gone. Buy 2.
Welcome to the greatest sports entertainment spectacular of all time. Welcome to WrestleMania.
Welcome to the greatest sports entertainment spectacular of all time. It's WrestleMania X7, a celebration of life, apparently, as people with devices that cannot possibly receive pay-per-view watch it anyway.
And now, Snickers Cruncher presents the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania.
Oh man, Limp Bizkit, motherfucker. It's like, my way. It's just amazing to hear it. Just floods back memories.
Were they asked to play at the show?
2001, they'd be too expensive. You know, you gotta wait till 2003 when they're...
Who didn't have hot dog or chocolate starfish, hot dog flavor water?
Me.
Liars.
Yeah, liars.
You didn't have that album?
I don't like Limp Bizkit. No.
Awesome album.
Yeah,
Still to this day,
yeah.
Occasionally I have listened to a few of the songs. It's great.
Yeah, incredible song. Perfect sound to the pinnacle and the end of the Attitude Era. So surreal, this moment in time. Within the span of a few weeks, we went from 3 major American wrestling companies, WWF, WCW, and ECW. The latter two go out of business as the sole surviving wrestling company gears up for its greatest pay-per-view of all time. A milestone in wrestling history. It's April 1st, 2001 from the Reliant Astrodome in Houston, Texas. 67,925 sellout with 5,000 comps. A whopping $3.5 million at the gate with $1.1 million in merch sales. Punters ponied up an average ticket price of $56, each spending an average of $17.67 at the concession stand. With 1,040,000 TVs tuned in at home, the first pay-per-view in history to break 1 million buys. Wrestling pay-per-view in history. Also the first WWF Stadium show since SummerSlam 1992.
Wow. Holy shit.
Been a while. Man, good to be back. But before we kick off the granddaddy of them all, we gotta deal with the X Factor.
Yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
I got everything I ever wanted, and I'll never give that back. Oh, I know you hate that
X Factor,
but you ain't gotta look at me like that. I said you ain't gotta look at me like that. Yes. I know you want what you looking at.
Hey, yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
Where it still doesn't have the song. I know it's only been 6 days since Raw.
Fuck. I actually liked them. I liked the dynamic, but I liked 2 out of the 3 anyway. I like Just Incredible and Albert. I'm all into stables. More than 2 men in a stable, I'm always interested in. So,
whoa, whoa. That's a bumming going on, is it?
2 men, 3 men, the more the merrier, really.
Alright, back in the pile.
It's Sunday Night Heat, the 2001 equivalent of our Mountain Dew pre-show main event. It's the unlikable half of Too Cool, Grandmaster Sexay, and reluctant partner Steve Blackman.
Oh, yeah. 2 of your boys, aren't they?
Too Sexy, Brian Christopher, yes. Grandmaster Sexay, no.
Oh, okay.
Can gimmicks be boys? You take a spark plug, but not hardcore high.
I know what you're saying. However, there's always the lingering boyness. You know, you never really scrub it off.
It's Grandmaster Sexay and reluctant partner Steve Blackman versus an Uncle Crackerless X-Pac and Just Incredible with Albert. Poor owl boyless light heavyweight champion Crash couldn't even make the pre-show. Someone adopt this boy.
You?
No!
We're not doing this again.
Christopher and Blackman did their dancing shtick before the match. Code 4, we're losing, so we need to get our shit in now, so no one's disappointed. Mega heel Waltman puts on Sexay's goggles and does a spinning heel kick and a wah!
Yeah! Heat! It's great.
Sunday Night Heat. Spinning heel kick. Rat-faced Knacker tags in and we see a tuft of hair on his occiput.
A little tuft?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's where his dyed blonde rat tail should be. Match is in fast forward. Hot tag to Blackman who hits low kick, down and low kick, back and high punch, up, down and high punch, but the heels double super kick and X-Pac gets the win with a lackadaisical cover in 2:46. A nothing match, but it had Steve Blackman, so 10 on 10.
Head cheese.
Fucking up my whole life. Yeah, fucking up my whole life.
Our inaugural contest is Intercontinental Champion Chris Jericho versus William Regal. Yeah, Steve, got a question. A bone to pick of sorts. Your boys, William Regal.
Yeah.
Far too talented.
No. Bollocks. I had to take out Christian from my group of boys. I'm not giving up Regal or Bunley. There's no fucking way.
This story.
You hate William Regal. You think William Regal sucks.
But he's not a joke, though. He's widely respected.
Not on the Fed.
No. The Fed might not respect, but like fans, all fans respect him. Like, we need more Mike Knox, basically. OC, do you love minimal tattoo Y2J?
Perfection, Jericho. Long hair, long pants, no tattoo.
He's wearing a dress shirt version of his 99 debut silver disco ball top. They did sell a shit version of this on WWFshop.com. I almost bought it.
Oh, I'm shocked you didn't buy it.
I was like, oh, it's so awesome. And then,
What would you do with it?
Exactly. Reality hit home before I pressed click. We get a nice video package recapping the feud. Tom Muchley. Heel commish Regal is abusing his powers and indignant Jericho takes umbrage, peeing in his tea and Regal grimacing.
Pretty much taken right from Dumb and Dumber, right? When the cop drinks the bottle of piss and he's like...
I love that.
Pretty much the exact same. Yeah, I've it written down here. This whole intro is based on William Regal's facials. They are fucking amazing.
Yes. For this besmirchment, Regal set up this match at Mania. I was wondering, why doesn't Regal just book himself in a WWF title match every night then? But he works for Vince McMahon and Vince would tell him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Regal comes out to his promenade theme, which is but it was between two far more awesome themes.
His heel theme? Oh, so good.
Why would you worship a man, who ponces around like a 50-pence tart in these feather boas? It's disgusting. What are you going to see when the power of the punch runs wild on thee?
But it was amazing, this evil supervillain power to punch song. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, in the Attitude Era, he came out to "He's a man, such a man, such a man." It was amazing.
He's a man, such a man, such a man.
Kick off. Chops immediately leave a beetroot Batman print on Regal's chest.
Is it because he doesn't have fake tan?
He's just a pasty Englishman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so noticeable. Even after one chop, he's just bleh.
Shayma was like that as well. I know people want to look their best and that's why they get all the fake tans, but for the sake of selling and making it look real, this is how you should look in wrestling. I think Sheamus, when he gets chopped and he goes all red and bruised, looks fucking awesome.
So quick and smooth between these two. Even when they're not sure what spot they're working, it flows effortlessly. Jericho noted they didn't really click, but I thought they looked great.
Yeah.
2 suplexes and Regal works the right shoulder. Psychology! Jericho's been favouring it after the Regal stretch on SmackDown.
I said this, all this ring psychology is right up your respective alleys.
I mark out, I'm like, literally no one does this in wrestling anymore. It's all punches to set up high spots to set up near falls. That's all wrestling is in this day and age. And this is a match. It's he's got the Regal stretch, which is like a shoulder neck lock. And then to make sure that that's at its best, he fucks up his shoulder. That's what you do. It's amazing. William fucking Regal. No way is he getting off my boys list. No fucking way.
Up your alley and into that stable. Jericho misses a crossbody to the outside, but the ensuing gust of wind knocks Regal down.
One of my pet hates, JR says that Regal's southpaw style is very unique. It's either unique or it's not. There's no level. It's not quite unique, very unique, extremely unique, or unique or not. Sorry, I just had to point that out. Really
he means rare, is it?
Yes, rare, not very unique.
Actually, I think Regal is unique because
it's quite unique.
There's no one else that wrestles like him. Second thing, there's a spot where Jericho goes to use the walls of Jericho, but he can't because his shoulder is fucked up, and he sells it.
Genius.
Love it. We shouldn't be marking out over this. This should happen in every match.
But even though you have your psychology elements in it, it's still an exciting match.
Yeah.
It's still fast paced. It's not like people are sitting around in headlocks.
Yeah.
Regal's moving uncharacteristically quick because the match is only going 7:08. Could watch these lads for double this.
Yeah.
Top rope double underhook suplex. Regal stretch. Jericho counters a second attempt with a turnbuckle push, bulldog, and lion salt combo for the 3 in a great but far too short because there's 11 bouts tonight matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I like how Y2J couldn't use the lion tank or the walls of Jericho because of his shoulder, so he had to finish him with the lion salt. Very clever. Very clever.
Yep.
I was watching this on my laptop. The speakers aren't great, so for this match and the entire show, couldn't hear the commentators because the crowd are so fucking mental.
Oh. Great.
Pre-tapes. Who's that pulling up in a WCW1 limo? Why, it's WCW's new owner, Shane McMahon. The A.P.A. asks, "Where's Tazz?" Texan Bradshaw cuts a babyface promo name-dropping American football players as Jackie smokes her cigar. I thought, Jackie being with the A.P.A. never went anywhere, but I thought it was a perfect fit. She's like this ass-kicking kind of motherly black woman.
Motherly?
Yeah, I'd see her as a mom, No, same with Ivory. She seems very
Ivory
motherly.
is a very, definitely.
And she kind of commands respect as opposed to kind of the bouncy girls tramps that you see, Oh, come on, Sonny, not a tramp. Stable, not a tramp. This is Tramp City. This is Russo. Actually, Russo's gone, but all of the stars remain. Oh, fuck's just a word and it's all fucked up. If I say fuck 2 more times...
That's 46 blocks in this fucked up room. Everybody knows this song. It's a fucked up world in a fucked up place. Everybody's judged by their fucked up face. Fucked up dreams, fucked up life. A fucked up kid with a fucked up knife.
The RTC, Right to Censor, a thinly veiled parody of the PTC, Parents Television Council, who'd been targeting SmackDown since its launch in 1999, protesting against WWF's violent and raunchy primetime programming. At the forefront, their founder, L. Brent Boswell III, blamed WWF for the death of 4 children, saying they emulated pro wrestling moves, which was a lie. They were watching the Flintstones and Cow and Chicken at the time. And the PTC met with WWF sponsors to persuade them to withdraw funding. They cited 40 had done such, which was a lie. Under 10 actually did. A year later, WWF filed a $55 million defamation lawsuit against them, and in May 2001, WWF won with a $3.5 million settlement and a categorical public apology, and WWF went off PTC's radar for good. During this time, Vince had to parody this legal battle as newly haircutted Steven Richards created the Right to Censor, a group of Mormon-looking self-righteous moral crusaders, covering up stripping women and removing weapons from hardcore matches.
It's for your own good.
It was also a chance to refresh and reform kayfabe pimp The Godfather and porn star Val Venus, along with Ivory and my boy, Bull Buchanan. Match number 2 is Right to Censor's Val Venus, The Godfather, and my boy, Bull Buchanan.
B squared.
Yeah. Accompanied by Steven Richards versus the A.P.A. Farouk and Bradshaw and...
He's tired!
My boy Bull gets his 3 moves in, which is a catwalk turnaround clothesline, take a scoop slam and get unbalanced by a big boot.
So you said the first move is that when he runs up the turnbuckle and jumps off. And yeah, because that I would have said that's his only move.
Well, taking a move is. Listen, I'm trying to like weight his portion of the match more in our review on purpose.
So are you just gonna like show the same move over and over again as we're wasting time here?
Yes. Tazz with his WrestleMania moment of falling into the middle rope and Calamity pratfalling back into Godfather and Val Venus.
Oh my god.
He gets thrown to the ropes and he falls into it and then he falls back out of it.
Oh my goodness.
You do the whoop 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 sound effect.
I surely will.
Thank you.
I love it. Lads are bumping and taking moves off their list. Jackie gets in for her spot. A DDT to all White Sox, Steven Richards. I love that wearing white socks is a gimmick.
Yeah, because it looks so shit. What did you call it when you were in school?
Nothing.
Fleck? No?
No.
Haven't you heard of Fleck?
No.
Okay, write in if anyone's heard of Fleck.
Next one, as Homestate boy Bradshaw hits a contested fallaway slam on Bal, then a double spinebuster, a top rope back suplex, counters the least hit move in history, the Ho Train, smashes Goodfather with the clothesline from hell, and picks up the win in 3:52. Ooh, shout out to Farouk's Dominator and Davey Boy Smith's running power slam for their low hit rate as well. Because just never hit them. Can you think of any others?
Flair jumping off the top rope.
Yes.
Yeah. Backstage in a corridor, sweet zombie Linda.
Oh yeah.
She plays a blinder being a comatose.
She plays a blinder.
A dead-eyed vessel in a wheelchair. Daddy's girl Steph gloats and asserts her dominance. Trish being more submissive after losing to Steph at No Way Out a month ago.
Stephanie, being an absolute cunt to her, just basically goes up and she's like, so I want you to go backstage and crack some ice for me, but you have to crack it with a spoon. I was like, oh, you cunt. And she also looked really hot.
Yeah, she did. This is kind of the best she's ever looked. Apart from the hair, you know, the crimped hair?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it,
yeah.
Like, that was like, my sister was doing that when she was like 6.
Yeah, but I would imagine the reason she did it is to get heat, because they know it looks terrible. Like,
that's a stretch.
That is giving them a lot of credit.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that intelligent.
That says like daddy's girl and shit.
Well, why doesn't she wear like a bin bag then? You know, if she wants to.
Can't argue with that.
Hey y'all, Heyman pimps Snickers Cruncher Bar in his awesome deep voice. Snickers, crunch this. I don't know, he is very good for that. He's good, he gives it songs. Like.
Snicker Cruncher, hungry, crunch this. You like that, y'all?
You get knocked the fuck out. Cause your mouse writing checks that your ass can't cash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Every match will have a Limp Bizkit song attached to it. Match number 3 for the Hardcore Championship. It's Champion Raven versus Kane versus The Big Show. Over a year into the Hardcore 24/7 ruling, where the championship had turned into impromptu matches and backstage brawls, which were trash-filled comic relief segments. By now that was kind of played out, so it was brawls on the back, but not people kind of running in. You know? Heyman quips, Kane scares the hell out of me, and I am a fearless man. The Big Red Machine throws Raven outside into a Dragon Sleeper by Show. It's pretty nice. Then he clotheslines Show, showing that there's no allegiance to Show on this show. Straight to the outside, and the cameras completely lose the run of themselves as the wrestlers disappear amongst the crowd for an unnatural amount of time.
Lots of walk and brawl during this match. Like, I'm going to grab you by the back of the neck. We're going to walk 50 meters and I'll throw one worked punch every 10 seconds. It was like the most unbelievable looking thing in wrestling.
Smash ahead through a Samurai Cop level budget plaster wall, and Show locks himself and the champion behind a chain link door with the world's daintiest lock.
And what's the deal with these? Who built these rooms backstage?
The lock buys him approximately 6 seconds.
I thought he would have at least sold it, like given a bit of.
Yeah.
No, he just.
Kane uses a hose to choke throw Raven through a plate glass window. Really fantastic spot. Looked amazing. Kane and Show fight through floors and walls like a Matrix tree fight.
Terminator spot.
Terminator tree. Yeah. The Boy of Terminator franchise. Yeah. A fast pace, constantly moving from spot to spot in an excellent hardcore match. Raven's most historic moment as the now bloody champion gets on a golf cart with Show in tow on the back and crashes it immediately.
Immediately. It's great.
He was theatrically driving with the crazy hands steering, but it actually made him crash. As the story goes, he ran over a very important thick black wire that almost cut the power to the entire building.
Holy shit.
God.
I actually loved how, like, after he messed up and the golf cart has crashed, he actually gets out and you can see him try to, like, pull it back, and he's just like,
fuck that, no.
And then, like, Kane is like, and he's just, no, fuck this, give up.
Like,
Spot's dead.
Yeah, I thought Show was like, the Spot's dead. No, fucking let it go.
Yeah.
Amazing follow-up as Kane with ref Jimmy Corderas is in the back, drives his own golf cart in pursuit. She dies in it. That was an amazing visual. He runs down Raven, he sells his knee, and I thought that saved his blunder earlier. This, like, 30 seconds, iconic
it's
part of wrestling history.
Yeah.
And hilarious, yeah. You can hear a fan shouting, "Fuck him up!" JR name checks their sponsor, quipping, "Oh, there goes a Snapple." The trio walk and brawl to the ramp for the finale. New Year's baby Big Show looks to press slam Raven off the ramp, but Kane big boots Show, so the two go through a stage area and follows up with a jumping elbow drop, pinning Show, not Raven to emphasize dominance, to become the new hardcore champion in 9:17.
Yeah, great hardcore match. It was just long enough to be satisfying and a fun ride overall.
Did you have a fun ride, Steve? Was it long enough?
I enjoyed it. I thought it got better as it went on. I didn't enjoy the first few minutes when they're just walking through the crowd and killing each other. But all in all, it's probably the best hardcore match ever.
Yeah, fantastic. I'd rate this as the best hardcore match ever. Even better than my boy Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon. If you're wondering what happened to the Hardcore 24/7 rule, it officially ended on screen before SummerSlam 2002, so that was like just about a year and a bit later, after a 6-minute hardcore battle royal by Raw GM Eric Bischoff. Later that month, the hardcore title was itself retired when it was unified with the IC title by RVD.
Good.
I know Foley brought it back, and then again, co-holders of the hardcore championship with Edge, but that doesn't count. It's more of a trophy kind of at that stage. Raven would go on to become Elvis Presley in TNA. And 14 years later, Big Show would main event Raws and pay-per-views, such as the Royal Rumble and the MSG special against Brock Lesnar. And Kane would main event Raws and pay-per-views, such as Hell in a Cell against Seth Rollins.
They were the future.
Yeah.
They were the present and never stopped. In his locker room, Kurt Angle blows off Edge and Christian, disbelievingly rewatching himself tap out the Benoit on Raw. At WWF New York.
Woo, woo, woo! Murder, murder.
Very good.
Hide your kids, hide your road wives, and your 2010 references.
Oh, jeez.
Superfly Jimmy Murderer Snuka is in attendance.
WWF rules! Fred Durst! DJ. Meow, meow, meow.
They call me Big John Stud, my middle name Mud. Dirty water flow, too much for you thug. That can't stand the flood. What up, Doc? Hold big gun like Elmer Fudd, the show shot. Killer bees in the club with his ladybug. Brought his sword to the dance floor to cut a rug. Love is love all day till they throw slug and take another life.
It's Eddie Guerrero with Buckethead Perry Saturn versus the European champion Test. Saturn and Malenko are still hanging around Eddie as part of the Radicals. After a month of them joining the WWF, you get to see 2 of you will be stars. And 2 of you won't. Famed Jay's boy Test comes out to his awesome This Is a Test song. Number 3 of wrestling songs with nonsense lyrics.
Really?
Yeah, what's the bibbidoopy, bibbidibidoopy?
The Scatman, like.
What are the lyrics, Jay?
Steve! Top 5 wrestling songs with nonsense lyrics.
Number 5.
So D'Lo Brown taking Deborah's suggestion. What the? To come out with him, and that's gonna throw Jeff Jarrett off his game plan.
D'Lo Brown's initial Danger at the Door song. Woo! You're at the real dude. Should they say for real? Piss on the seat. I'm sure he didn't really piss on the seat.
No, but he implied it heavily.
Yeah. It's heavily implied. You can make it some of the lyrics, I think so. Number 5.
Okay. Number 4.
SmackDown first Juventud song. You know the Juventud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Test. And he's like, when the coke takes, when the coke takes, you know.
Number 2.
Jericho's first WWF song. It starts off, it's like, I got a lame dick.
You fucking killed it for me. Number 1.
The best wrestling song with nonsense lyrics. The Attitude Era Raw theme. The Thorn in Your Eye. Thorn in Your Eye.
Hibbity.
Yeah, so there you go. I love all of these songs. They're all great songs. All, moments in time. Test is a face in this match, but you wouldn't know it as his character. It's kind of, he's a boy. It's really weak. So he's the same guy, face or heel. Eddie's super charismatic, so he'll get cheered whatever he does. So this match is a bit of a mess. Like, gorgeous gut-wrench powerbomb by Test. Then it dawns on me that both wrestlers, they're dead. Both by heart attacks.
In their 30s.
Oh, when they get into the turnbuckle pose, like they both get up on the top turnbuckle, fucking Roydy Magoo, the both of them.
Yeah. Eddie was getting enormous by this point. You can see like his arms and his shoulders are fucking huge.
Big tortuous veins, yeah. And this isn't even his final form, like.
He goes Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Steve, Heyman posed this. How much class would it add to Europe if a Mexican was the European champion?
All of the class, because, as Ray once said on Sky Sports News, Mexico will win the European Championships, so we should have a Mexican European champion as well.
Faultless.
I'm disappointed that Mexico didn't make it to this Euro Cup 2008, but then again,
they're not in Europe, so that rolls that out.
I assume Test being caught in the ropes was part of the storyline until, he's there for an ice age.
Yes.
Perry buys him some time by attacking him, but no, he's fucked. It's like he immediately knew he was fucked.
Yeah.
Eddie eventually has to break character and helps the ref release him, to which the crowd sarcastically cheer. Heyman smartly covers, saying Eddie needs him available to win the title from him.
Which is true.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
Look at that. Flying back elbow, off-balance tilt-a-whirl slam, and Test capitalizes with a beautiful tilt-a-whirl spinning powerbomb. Fucking awesome. Thank you, Eddie. Saturn dips in for a beautiful swinging cradle suplex called the moss-covered tree-handled family credenza, which is number 3 of Jericho's 1004 moves.
Nice.
After armbar and arm drag.
Nice. That is so awesome.
That's such an amazing promo. Like, the idea of the promo and actually having a list of your moves. Like,
And did you read them all?
He did. I think they did the first dozen, and he's like, I'm gonna keep reading them until you go to break, and then he's gonna skip down to 900 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I think he worked the crowd for a bit and then went back, so they're really angry when they come back from break. It's like, move number 917, armbar. And like someone else come in and they had a match, and he was getting kicked out of the ring. He's like, my moves, give me my moves.
Awesome. As someone who gets wrestling.
Hold 1, arm drag. Hold 2, arm bar. Hold.
Close calls. Miss Frog Splash. Miss Big Boot. Test hits the pump handle power slam. Big boot to Saturn. Big boot to Eddie, and he's toast. But fellow radical Dean Malenko breaks up the pin. The distraction gives Eddie the window to clock Test with the European title, and he gets the pin and the win and the championship in 8:30. A historic title run that sees Eddie losing it to Mizark later that month. What'd you think of this match?
It was actually the very first thing I have written here is, oh god, Test punches are terrible. I'm so sorry, Jay, but they're really bad punches.
See, he's so strong. He has to be cognizant not to hurt everyone else. You know?
All right. I thought this match started off pretty badly, ended up getting decent, and then the ending was a bit shit. But Eddie's amazing. That's all I have to say about that.
And
no. I thought this match was really good. I thought it was probably the best Test match, certainly that I can remember.
Brock Lesnar.
It's a horse battle, yeah.
Kill each
it's
other.
like 2002 King of the Ring. Test is bitter that Brock Lesnar is the big dude that's taking his place, and so right, we're gonna kick the shit out of you. And Brock's like, oh, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you, and they do. It's great.
It's really good.
But I have to say, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this match. I thought, well, Eddie was phenomenal, and I think Test kept up very nicely.
Incredible, amazing, brilliant, urbane. And Eddie was alright. I loved it. I loved seeing my boy. He was great. And Eddie's just fucking phenomenal, so,
Eddie was awfully good, wasn't he? He's just great.
Hey, he kept up with Test, The European Championship itself was retired in July 2002 as RVD unified it with the IC title against Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. And it's been retired ever since. Like, you'd only ever see it in WWE video games, in a historical fashion. Had to make way for the revival of the US title a year later by Eddie Guerrero. Bye, Michael Cole. Ask Mick Foley if he can be impartial. He can. And Austin sits with a shit-smelling expression, like his very expressive face, very angry.
It's all the world's even seen lately. And now you wanna hate me. 'Cause hate is all the world's even seen lately.
Spooge McDuck. It's the two greatest wrestlers in the world, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. Kurt insults the bull-riding, beer-bellied Texas yeehaws, says he'll never tap, and lose the frickin' cowboy hats, you're not 7 years old.
That's so great, considering that in the very near future, his gimmick is to wear Jimmy Crack Corn cowboy hats.
It's even better.
Wow, it's beautiful. It's foreshadowing. It's great.
By the way, damn you, Steve. I can no longer hear Angle's theme without thinking of the Roadrunner theme. give me a few bars there.
Beep 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 beep.
Heyman quips this match is as excited as a man can get with his clothes on. The storyline on 6 days build is who's the best technical wrestler in the world. A subplot about Angle being furious about tapping to Benoit even if it wasn't in a match. That lack of build is okay as just having these two wrestle each other for the first time. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, like this doesn't have a feud yet. It's just these two guys wrestling and that is your feud. And I'm fine with that because this is the first time, you know?
And this is the match for hardcore fans, like.
Yeah, big time.
Amateur wrestling standoff gets a round of applause. Counter, 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 and counter. The two jockeying for position and leverage. Oh, spooge.
It's so fast. It's so smooth. Angle is just unbelievable. Not that Benoit isn't, but just Angle is so good.
This straight mat-based amateur-style wrestling is completely new to the WWF scene, so the fans are a little taken aback by it. After escaping crossface attempts 3 times, Angle gives up the amateur ghost and blindsides Benoit with a strike, turning the match into a more traditional WWF match. Heyman makes sure to note Angle conceding this point. He's given up trying to out-mat wrestle Benoit, as well as Angle's first pin attempt, that now he'd be happy to win via pinfall as opposed to submission.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man, Heyman's commentary.
He's so good. He's on the fucking ball here. He's putting this over so well. He put Benoit over, like, to an amazing level, like.
I always enjoy his commentary. Enjoy is not a strong enough word. He's amazing. My favourite colour commentator. He's so sharp. You learn things from him, and he's quick to bring up wrestlers' history and lineage. Like here, he name-checks Benoit in Calgary Stampede and the New Japan Dojo. And he poses kayfabe questions to engage you in the storyline of the match. Yeah, it's not like these days where you have to tune out like JBL. Like, nothing was sold here and I love it, Margo.
Can you imagine it? These two guys are fun to watch. Oh my God.
And JR must be squirming in his seat the whole time while Heyman is making intelligent points. You know, JR is not used to that. He's used to sitting beside King, who back then was entertaining, but there was no, backstory or insight.
Yeah.
Polly also puts over Angle as picking up the WWF style faster than anyone else and is better than everyone who came before him.
Yeah.
They trade submission finishers as Benoit applies the ankle lock and Angle with the crossface. Ref bump and Benoit gets the visionary win as Angle taps, but the ref doesn't see, so it doesn't count. Angle hits the Olympic Slam for a 2. Countered moonsault and Benoit hits Air Canada. And I'll ignore that, low blow. Pin reversal, Angle holds the tights and gets a sneaky 3 in 14:04.
First, right, this match is great. The in-ring is amazing, but it's not as good as I had it in my memory. I think I might be getting some of this match mixed up with the Ultimate Submission match, which blows this away. But I don't want to harp on anything negative. This was so different, so good. Both men fucking knocked it out of the park. Heyman knocked it out of the park. And I can't wait for this to go on. Even if we're not doing Backlash, I'm going to watch that match because I really want to see it. Fucking great.
Backstage afterwards, Benoit makes Angle tap in front of Kevin Kelly, saying the feud will definitely continue. Don't worry, you know. It was weird that WrestleMania is usually the culmination of feuds, but this is kicking off the feud, you know. So Angle wins with a hollow pinfall victory, but the Crippler out-wrestled him and made him tap. So I'll see you next month, lads. And they did with the incredible 30-minute Iron Man submission match at Backlash 2001. I was like, oh my God.
Like I said, I'm
so amazing.
I'm watching that match when I go home. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite matches of all time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Amazing match. I have to say, the mat wrestling stuff I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, they limited it. It was a nice start to the match. For the vast majority, it was exciting, it was effortless, it was fast-paced, it was flawless, really. You know, and you expect that from these two. The finish, I was a little bit irked by. Firstly, Benoit completely no-sold the low blow. And then Angle could only win by pulling the tights. And I know we want to extend the feud, but I would have liked to see something to finish it. Overall, though, it was a fantastic match.
Well, you know, the finish is a cheap finish on purpose to extend the feud, but it's also a cheap finish. Yeah. So I can see what you're saying there. I fucking love this match. Oh my god. Their fluid amateur mat reversals, it was a shock to the system in the Attitude Era. And their matches would only get better and better, but this was incredible.
So, Michael Cole.
Backstreet's back, Michael Cole.
So he's backstage interviewing Regal. This is the last time I'll bring it up. I promise. He says to her, "Are you okay? Is that not a stupider question than are you ready to enter hell?"
It is a stupid question, but it's like, it's not phony.
Yeah.
It doesn't come across as like that's my problem with the "Are you ready to go to hell?" It's like, that's not natural. That's not something that would enter everyday speech ever. You know, whereas saying, "Jesus mate, are you okay?" Like, I'd probably say that at least once a day.
Do you?
Someone,
Oh, because you work in the hospital.
Mm, that's also true.
Yeah, yeah. Would you not say to the patients, "Are you ready to enter hell?"
So you're heading down for some spinal surgery. Tell me, Mr. Sir, are you ready to enter hell? Oh yeah,
I finally get it.
Oh my god.
Match number 6 is for the women's title. It's champion Ivory coming out first versus Chyna. What's all this then? December 2000, in an effort to silence the Playboy Playmate, Right to Censor's Ivory took out Chyna with a spike piledriver thanks to Val Venus. The Ninth Wonder further injured her neck at the Royal Rumble with a hilarious botched Jushin Thunder chick move. Chyna super rehabs her neck and returns 2 months later on SmackDown during a bra and panties match and tears off Ivory's clothes. See you on Sunday.
This is for the title, right?
Yes.
But was she not cleared?
This is unsanctioned.
But it's also for the title?
Yes.
Oh
my god, that's a big logic.
That is a massive logic, but yeah. And, you know, if it's unsanctioned, isn't the like unwritten rule that you come out in a pair of jeans?
That's true.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
Yeah.
The mom jeans with the big elastic waist.
Oh,
and
the stretchy jeans.
Stretchy jeans.
Yeah. Mom jeans.
Does Dean Ambrose have stretchy jeans?
I'd imagine
otherwise
so, yeah.
he'd just pick up a Singapore Kane and split his pants like. Amazing.
Could you imagine?
My parents' company, my dad had like a mixer. He invited these young business people around, so it was hobnobbing all these people, and he had his new suit for it as well. And whenever he'd gone to pick something off the floor, he split his pants, but he didn't just split like a tear. It was actually like crotch, the crotch. It's like full 360 degree. It was two separate pants. 2 individual pants. So you just had to sit down at a desk for the rest of the day. It was like 5 minutes in. And so people had to come over and he'd sit down.
That's hilarious.
Ivory's without the RTC as they got banned from ringside. It was a concession for Chyna signing a hold harmless agreement to compete tonight. JR telling us that she has no legal recourse if she gets injured during the match. Man, WWE should put this in every contract.
Yeah.
I did consult a lawyer about this, and he humoured me.
That's awesome.
Saying, generally speaking, liability clauses will not cover gross negligence. If a promoter knew there was significant risk to a wrestler's physical condition and allowed them to perform regardless, it would be gross negligence and potentially criminally negligent homicide charges should the worst happen. Any contract attempting to restrict liability would not be valid.
Wow.
Okay.
Chyna comes out with her penis gun and has found a way to jog to the ring without looking like a jobber. By bouncing and jazz handing. The ninth wonder of the world looks great with her big volume Amazon hair.
I actually thought that she looked great too, and I have to say.
But why the pink? Just wear black, you know? That's your gimmick is, you know...
I think it's Mania, you know the way, like, Shawn came out, you know, like, wearing the all-white when he wrestled Taker, and people just tend to go a bit, you know, nicer for Mania.
Like, I'd appreciate it, say, if Taker wore all pink for Mania now, that would be worth watching.
Breast Awareness Month,
Oh
maybe?
my god.
Did he wear...
No,
Imagine
no.
if he had, like-
Everyone else did, though, didn't they?
God, imagine, you know, he has his big leather coat if it was a big pink coat.
A big scrota coat? It'd be amazing.
Chyna has a massive smile as she knows she's gonna smash Ivory, who cries, pleads, and hugs her title goodbye.
Oh my god. How obvious was it how this match was going? She's like literally holding on for dear life.
A complete physical mismatch. It's kind of Chyna to give Ivory a few seconds of offense before this exhibition squash. Of course, Chyna, Queen of the Ring, never competed in the women's division prior to the feud because she is big enough and bad enough to compete with men. And we see why. Chyna hawk no-sells and steamrolls Ivory in an uncontested demolition. A powerbomb crumples Ivory, Taker pin against the hard camera. Nah, Chyna pulls up Ivory like a dirty heel.
Massive cunt, yeah.
Finishing with a gorilla press slam and lackadaisical cover for the pin and the win and the women's championship in 2:39. A formality of a performance that sees Chyna keep her makeup perfect. Would she still need to shower after this?
Probably.
Be warm,
yeah.
A nothing match, but also the most painless and botch-free women's match at WrestleMania. And it got a massive pop. So in a way, it's the best.
I have no complaints with this. Right result. Crowd loved it. Absolutely no problem.
It wasn't much of a match. Sorry, she was a massive heel. Like, everything she did in this match was...
But she was
heel.
smiling.
Yes, and that's the difference between heels and underdeveloped heels and
Really?
faces.
Wow.
The RTC. Although a relatively light-hearted opening act storyline, a stable member had always won a pay-per-view match during their main run. That is until X7, which was the beginning of the end of the group. Members abandoned their leader, Steven, a few weeks later and officially disbanded the next month, coinciding with WWF winning their battle against the PTC. Vince confirms he's doubled up Linda's meds, which would both land him in jail, and also I hope you did it last week for it to take effect.
For the fucking title... Oh my god.
Cole butts in asking about Shane buying WCW, and Vince says, "You want something shocking? You'll get something shocking." No, I asked you about Shane and WCW.
Say what, say what? Say what, say what? Say what, say what? So you hate me, and I hate you. You know what, it's all in the family.
It's Vince McMahon versus Shane McMahon, with special referee Mick Foley, who looks atrocious with that poodle perm. Did you know there were plans for this match to be Vince versus Mick Foley, as McMahon fired Commissioner Mick late last year, remember? But the Mixter refused to do the match, so the feud was changed to Vince versus Shane. Foley regrets it.
Well, I'm sure he does in terms of money, but I'm glad it was done the way it was done. Didn't Foley, like, retire just over a year ago and got brought back for Mania 16? The McMahon in every corner. McMahon-mania.
Well, this year, it's JR tries to get it over. It's Dysfunctional Mania. Say, Jesus Christ.
Wasn't like Dysfunctional Mania last year then? It's the same then.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is slightly less dysfunctional because at least there are sides here.
Yeah.
So what was the storyline? Vince screaming, "I want a divorce," to Linda sent her into a coma, and with the aid of his mistress, Trish Stratus, kept her sedated and incapacitated, so he is in charge of the WWF. After months of Vince flaunting his affair in public, Shane returns from a self-imposed exile to stick up for his mom and beat up Vince, and now we have this match. But that's not all. As WWF have just purchased WCW the week prior, it's been added to this storyline where Shane has swooped in and bought it under Vince's nose, with the prospect of a babyface WCW invasion threatening to dethrone Vince sometime in the future.
The storyline is ludicrous. It's awesome though, but you know, it's crazy.
Here Comes the Money, Shane comes out to Vince's theme song.
That was weird.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
But what else do you do?
Just get a new song.
Yeah.
Get the whatever that WCW. Do you ever hear the WCW Invasion song? It's like
Linda. Much like Arnie was born to play an emotionless robot, Linda's calling was to be zombie Linda. Like, could anyone in the world...
Brilliant.
She, like myself, is a master of kayfabe.
Correct.
As much as I'm going to take the piss out of her over the next 15 minutes or so, I will kick it off by saying she goes all out in her nothing. Like, it's great.
Rich white Connecticut boy gives an embarrassing big shout out to his WCW boys. They still pronounce it WCW. Like a yuck.
However, the cameraman was like 10 seconds off and they didn't get the shot and the fans just boo.
But did they wave at all? Because by the time the camera panned to the section,
Lance just
a group of jobbers. Empty seats. Put some fucking
too much
seat fillers
steak
in there.
Needs more sizzle.
Too much sizzle.
Yeah, too much sizzle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Needs more steak.
More steak.
The camera searches and finds a half-empty skybox. Fuck's sake, lads.
Yeah.
We get a better shot of the WCW wrestlers. Amongst them, Johnny Ace, Hugh G. Rection, Mike Awesome, Lance Storm, Mark Jindrak, Chavo Guerrero, Stacy Keibler, Crazy-Ack, my boy, Sean Stasiak.
Man, that's a fucking killer's row there, isn't it?
Oh, that's all I have. And Palumbo and O'Hare.
What? Oh my... That's like... There's nobody.
There's no one
Booker,
there.
Steiner...
This is like Boy Central here. You can already see the quality of the WCW guys WWF are looking to bring in. Odd how they're WCW wrestlers and WWF superstars. It's like, yeah, none of you are stars.
Yeah.
Which is accurate, though.
Yeah.
Famously, my boy Sean Stasiak spilled the beans on a radio interview that they were coming to X7 to do a run-in spot during this match. And when word got out, obviously, Vince was furious and almost sent all of them home. Those plans were scrapped and they got to watch Mania from the skybox instead.
I would have liked a run-in spot. Promote these guys. No issue with that.
Kick off with Jenna Maraska slaps and Divas choking. Shane has the softest offense ever. No gravity axe handles and a comedy banana peel. Yep. Elbow drop.
Yeah.
This was always going to be a storyline match, not a wrestling match, which is how it should be booked. It's a punch-kick brawl affair with as many plot points and run-ins as possible, as neither can wrestle. Steph's already straight in for the big slap, the first of 27,000 in this match. Wire choke, kendo stick, and Shane sets up Vince for a table spot. Steph pulls Vince out of the way and Shane crashes through the table. Oh, look great, and perfect timing as well.
You actually went by Shane's rope-a-dope punches. They have to be talked about. Do you remember
what's this thing?
You remember Shane's like rope-a-dope, you know, when he's doing his
the fast punches, yeah.
And he did it to Orton a few years ago and destroyed his
and he gasses
turn.
within 4 seconds, that kind of thing.
Oh, it's so bad.
But what about his the shake, rattle and roll bit? I like that.
Oh, the which way did he go?
Yeah, which way did he go?
I love that. Yeah.
You kind of like
it's
that.
Okay. But it's just the punch at the end.
Yeah.
That's Stratus' cue to wheel Zombie Linda to ringside.
born to play it.
Trashy Trish face turns by slapping Vince. Massive pop. So Steph slaps Trish and they...
Yeah, you can just leave that in.
The crowd go fucking mental.
Yeah, oh my god.
Trish just slapped Mr. McMahon! What are you doing? What the hell was that?
Big slap to Foley, and Steph and Trish hit the bricks. That's them done for the night. It's Linda's turn now. Vince, with his amazing, contorted, demonic facial expressions, growls bitch at Linda. He's like, bitch.
It was amazing, and I actually think that he thought that the camera missed his first one because he does it again, and he's just like, bitch.
I loved it. But before he can do anything, Mick wards him off, bellowing, don't even think about it, Vince. That was amazing, hilarious moments, just brilliant stuff.
Don't even think about it, Vince. Don't even think about it.
Vince delivers a chair shot to Mick, who now has the chance to prop doe-eyed Linda in a chair inside the ring so she can witness the beating he'll give to Shane. She, just Emmy Award-winning corpse action here. Look at that face. How could you not vote for her twice, Connecticut?
Such a good zombie. Like, you should get her in The Walking Dead. It'd be like fucking ratings.
Finish of the match. Before Vince can deliver a devastating chair shot to a helpless Shane, sweet zombie Linda rises to her feet and the crowd explode.
Mental. That's because they were invested because of her performance as a zombie. Yeah.
Wait a minute! Linda rose from her chair! Linda rose from her chair! Oh! Right into the McMahon family jewels! Linda rose to the chair! And now Mick Foley, after being hit with a steel chair, opening up on Mr. McMahon!
The culmination of a 6-month storyline. Linda... Spread your legs slightly farther apart. Thank you. Linda quietly asks Vince to spread his legs a bit wider so she can pull an Undertaker, kicking Vince square in the nuts. Shano props Vince up holding a trash can and goes coast to coast with a van Terminator. A fair count by Foley, 1, 2, 3, and Shane wins a top-notch storyline match in 14-12. As the WCW wrestlers half-assedly celebrate, as Shane hugs his mom, a lovely moment to cap off the storyline.
Major issue with the ending because of fucking Mick Foley, and he's been doing it all fucking match. Get out of the fucking way. Shane's getting up to the top rope, and I was like, Mick, stay over on the right hand side, or get anywhere except walk in front of the fucking trash can. He ambles over like a fucking Sasquatch, and just as Shane hits the spot, and he fucking nails it. Shane absolutely fucking nails it.
He did.
But the camera has to switch to a shittier angle because Mick is standing in the fucking way. I hope he got killed backstage because of that.
I'm sure he got chewed out of it.
I'd class this as the best storyline match ever. Like a match between two non-wrestlers. Actually, no, Big Show's a wrestler. But that was a storyline match between himself and Mayweather.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I was dreading this match. I didn't enjoy the build at all. Vince is not a wrestler. Shane is okay at spots, but he's not a wrestler. Linda is one of the worst performers when she's not a zombie ever. But my God, it all came together. I loved it. I loved this match, especially Vince with his bitch marked out. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. It has its place on the card. Take a break from the serious stuff. And you compare it to something like, do you remember Vince and Brett, which was fucking dour?
Yeah.
And they took a lot of shortcuts. Here, it just worked. Everything worked. It was great fun. And it ended with an amazing spot. And fair play to Shane. That is something else to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the boy wonder? Shane O'Mac would sporadically show up on TV to have his testicles electrocuted. or help out his boy, Big Show. But he had the behind-the-scenes role as a businessman. He was the EVP of Global Media, brokering deals to expand WWE's television rights internationally. Everyone spoke very highly of him. He was more laid back and personable, less ruthless, and less loud and obnoxious than his much less talented sister. But guess which one Vince listens to? Shane tried to convince McMahon to buy ECW before it closed, no. And UFC in 2000 before it exploded, no. Well, it did need a lot of work in 2000. It was still like a...
They were on their fucking knees in 2000, yeah.
And Vince was working on the XFL at the time.
He was onto a winner there.
Shane left the family business, tendering his resignation in October 2009. He refocused his efforts introducing pay-per-view channels to China with You On Demand, which hasn't been successful so far. It lost $45 million since he joined 4 years ago. And he just recently stepped down. And every year around Mania we get rumours of Shane returning. Hopefully, one day.
Yes.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
Here comes the money!
Here we go.
Oh my God! It must be a celebration! Shane O'Mac is here! No way!
And we've travelled all the way from Liverpool, England to be here for Axxess this year.
Rock's going out! Austin's looking to eliminate the Great One!
Oh, we got a video package of the Hardys at Axxess. Chat to some Scouser. Ooh, fans getting to commentate a match with Kevin Kelly.
Living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream.
Getting employed to work on metal. Jacked.
Oh my God.
And some bellend pays $205 for Foley's sock. Steve, how much is Foley's smelly sock worth?
He couldn't pay me. Couldn't.
It's for charity. We also get a snippet of
Jerry Lynn.
Really?
Jerry Lynn?
Jerry Lynn.
Oh, that was just a guess.
Doing a match at Axxess. And we close with Austin doing the worst reading of his catchphrase in history. Stone Cold Steve Austin is back, and that's pretty much the bottom line.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is back, and that's pretty much the bottom line.
Like,
it's a cop out.
Pretty much the bottom line is not the bottom line.
No.
That's
Good
thereabouts. Then H in an X7 jersey and Taker shadowboxing.
Shadowboxing. Can't even throw a closed fist in wrestling.
What is it? An open fist? Is that an open fist?
No, that's how you wank.
I think it's just like open palm or closed fist.
Hello, Noggers. Matt Zion here from Wreckless Eating, youtube.com/Wreckless Eating. Big fan of the show. The guys asked me to come on here because they want to know what overstuffed beef ravioli actually tastes like. And unfortunately, they do not have it in Ireland. So the question for the ad break questionarium is, what does overstuffed ravioli actually taste like? Here we go.
I'm not the biggest or the strongest in the world. I'm the best.
You're not my friend. You're my shop.
Sea life is precious. Yours isn't, fish scum.
My neural net processor has calculated a 97.8275% chance of you s***ing my ass.
Oh, well, you thought that was tight? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, The Rock says, Chefy. You smell what The Rock is cooking?
Getting Chefy with The Rock, he's hot. Got the best of everything to make a good time rock. Got a real fine ride with the chef inside, and yeah, we getting Chefy with it.
Rock playing the SmackDown.
We getting Chefy with it. What?
The Rock says, don't be a jabroni, eat your Chef Boyardee ravioli.
I think he's getting Chefy with it.
So the taste of this stuff, it's really good. I haven't had this since, I would say, like 10 years ago or so. Like, it's been a long time, but it is really, really tasty. They do stuff the hell out of these things, which is not, like, you wouldn't really expect them to, especially since then to now. But it's got great flavor, very saucy, tons of filling inside. This is really, really good stuff. It's not something, again, that I would go out on my own time for. I would definitely only get this every once in a blue moon, but I might actually get a little more now that I've tried it again. But yeah, who would actually try this? And the answer is Matt Zion from Wreckless Eating. See you next time, and thanks for playing.
It's time for TLC 2. Tables, ladders, and chairs for... What is going on?
I'm trying to be all like Solid Snake and not like you give out to me, but I balled it up. He's like...
I'm eating as quietly and as loudly as I can. It's time for TLC 2, tables, ladders, and chairs for the WWF Tag Team Championship. It's the Hardy Boys, no Lita thanks to a gore by Rhino, versus Edge and Christian versus tag champions the Dudley Boys. Crowd cheer for the announcement of the matchup as they know just how awesome this match will be. They'd be right. Babyface Hardys and Dudleys focus on heels Christian and Edge with a leg drop splash combo and a weather, which JR quips will adversely affect your sexual drive. This match is a sizzling roller coaster with some hot gypsies thrown in. Non-stop building and building with bigger and bigger death-defying, career-shortening high spots. Bubba powerbombs Jeff through Edge through a table, which really hurt Jeff. He hit the back of his head. The Six climb ladders and lots of camera flashbulbs go off. God, I miss these flashes.
I miss the lads around the ring taking the pictures for the wrestling mags. Like, it makes it look like a real sporting event.
Absolutely. Each team have a buddy. Press A on Streets of Rage and call your backup. Little Spike Dudley, LSD with the acid drop, using a ladder to Edge and through a table with Jeff. Rhino gores Bubba, and then Matt through a table. Ow, fuck. Matt hit his back of his head off the second turnbuckle. Ow. Lita, she is smoking hot.
Oh my god. However, what is it about women in wrestling? They cannot run.
She kind of flails. Doesn't
Yeah.
Like, they make such like a fucking song and dance about it that it looks utterly fake.
Yeah.
But she looked amazing here.
Do you remember around that time there was that fashion for like a thong going up over the trousers?
Yeah.
Lasted for about a week.
I loved it.
But it was the best week
But
ever.
it was in Scary Movie though. Year 1, Scary Movie 2, she had it. And
That's right.
That's
yeah,
thanks to Lita.
The hot one.
The old whale tail. Yeah. Great to see a woman get in on this action. As JR puts it, she jerks Edge off the ladder.
Literally.
Jerking the edge off the ladder!
Foreshadowing. Lita Hurricanrana's Rhino, which is her payback. Spike gets it much worse with a slugging chair shot, and Lita takes her top off, which is hot. A young V1 goes,
"We be loving seeing them tits."
Outside on a painter's ladder, we get the iconic Swanton Bomb, with Jeff crashing into Rhino and Spike through the table. Now it's time to eliminate the competitors and win this match. In the ring, Devon and Christian dangle from the brass ring and then fall. The only real disappointment blown spot of the match. Jeff fucks up his tightrope bit, walking across multiple ladders.
What was he thinking? I would imagine he practiced with people holding it, or didn't do it 17 minutes into a grueling match.
Yeah.
It was worth a go.
Worth a go, absolutely.
I understand where you're coming from, but from a kayfabe point of view, how is this going to get you the belts?
Well,
if he did it successfully, he'd be right next to them and could grab the belts. Yeah?
But he could have just climbed up on the third ladder.
I had no time, Steve. No.
Can't argue with that.
If he pulled it off, it would have been amazing. Maybe it's like Brock Lesnar and his shooting star press. You can do it now, but not 20 minutes into a match.
Yeah.
In Jeff's book, Edge was at him about it earlier, but Jeff was insistent that he could pull off the spot. Jeff gets back up and dangles off the brass ring, and Edge gives him the most memorable spear in wrestling history, from the ladder, through the air and down to the mat. Holy shit.
Oh my God! And for the 20-foot ladder with a spear on Jeff Hardy!
That was awesome.
Incredible.
And perfectly executed.
Yes. In Edge's book, he mentions that doing that move, he gave himself a stiff DDT.
Oh.
He grabs him and goes down. Yeah. But yeah, it looked amazing. Just holy shit. And Jeff Hardy has this amazing crumple physics as well. Just sells it the best. And it hurt like shit.
Crumple physics. Yeah, spot on.
Rhino dumps out Bubba and Matt from a taller ladder through 4 stacked tables on the outside. Perfect landing. Looked phenomenal. That's the Hardys and Bubba gone. Good guy Rhino puts Christian on his shoulders, physically walks him up the ladder as Edge holds back Devon. Christian takes down the tag belts in an incredible 15:47. Edge and Christian pick up their third big ladder match win at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania again.
Fucking great. I thought the first minute or two were a bit messy. Once it got going, I was just totally sucked into it. I was taken along for the ride, and it was fucking great. Loved every minute of it. All 6 people came out of it looking good. They were building up Rhino for something bigger. Great. Fucking whopper.
One of the best matches ever. Just loved it from start to finish. Starts at a relentless pace, which I liked. You couldn't take your eyes off it for a second. Something was happening constantly. The ending, it was a little bit anticlimactic, but that's the case in most ladder matches, I find, is that you expect some great crazy spot to get the belts, but it turns out just somebody climbs up a ladder and unhooks them. But overall, everyone got involved, everyone did something amazing. So many spots, so many classic spots in wrestling history. It was almost flawless.
God damn it, Jeff! It was Rico in the background. God damn it! Worth a try. Yes, you know.
Yes. What did you think of it, Jay?
Glad you asked. Yeah, absolutely agree. Top honours in this world-class high-spot affair. They're built and built, leading to massive, iconic moments that are synonymous with each wrestler's careers. The only problem, it can be a problem on how good it was, this type of match shortens careers, but this is the stage to do it on. This is WrestleMania X7, the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Fantastic, fast-paced milestone for the tag division. The problem is, as the competitors themselves would note, it raised the bar and expectations too high for these types of matches. And they themselves wouldn't reach this again, you know? And it's an unattainable measuring stick that future matches will be graded against. Rex the grade curve. You can see all these indie wrestlers killing themselves over these high spots, getting nothing out of it.
The only ladder matches that even come close to this are maybe the first 2 Money in the Banks, maybe.
It was A+, 10 out of 10. Fucking milestone for the tag division and wrestling in general. This is an iconic match. Yeah.
I think you could argue this is the peak of tag team wrestling in the WWF.
No
it's never been this high.
2005, Heidenreich, an animal.
Boom.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. WWF announced tonight's attendance as 67,925, which is correct. Just worth noting, apart from WrestleMania 3, WWE didn't start making ridiculous WrestleMania attendance claims until 2007 with WrestleMania 23. So X7, a sellout despite jacking up the prices, charging an average of $56 per ticket. WWF was so hot at the time, tickets were sold out the day it went on sale, and every time they opened up more sections, it would immediately sell out. WWF could have filled a 100,000 seater if it was available.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, congratulations. Holy shit. Like, oh my god. And rightly so. Jeez, the product they're putting out is just incredible.
So go ahead and talk shit. Talk shit about me. And go ahead and talk shit about my generation. We don't give a fuck, and we won't ever give a fuck until you give a fuck about me and my generation. Oh yeah.
I want bump a doo bump, I want bam boom and tutti frutti. Tutti frutti.
How's your Google cluster, Steve? A wop bobbaloo bow, a wop bamboo. It's Mean Gene, a horrific broken piano version of Tutti Frutti. Yes, we welcome Mean Gene and then Bobby Heenan to guest commentate this next matchup.
I actually thought Bobby Heenan, when he came out, looked overwhelmed, like just totally shocked with how big this was and how many people were there. Just looked like, whoa, just totally blown away.
Absolutely wonderful to see him, made possible by WCW going out of business. Speaking of, Heenan calls Mean Gene Tony, as in Shavante. That was actually an intentional fuck up for the ha-has. In his book, Heenan quips, "I should have known better than to confuse the two, Mean Gene and Tony. Gene has talent and a job."
Oh.
It's the Gimmick Battle Royal. What it is a nostalgia pop. The entrances are the best and pretty much only part of this match. Men from Down Under, the Bushwhackers. That's all.
I'm gonna nose how these comes.
The Bushwhackers are in a brown with yellow striped garb. Steve! What bar are the Bushwhackers? Alright, so we got the fans in here to do us a nice X7 solid here. So let's see what we got.
Nice.
They are a delicious caramel slow poke bar.
Nice.
2 big bars of double fudge.
Ooh.
A banana bonanza fudgicle.
The fuck is that? Banana bonanza.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I'd give that a go.
A Kezi kangaroo sausages.
That's racist because they're not Aussies, by the way.
American Christian glam metal band Striper.
Oh, give that man a fucking can of Coke. It's like they're all Chris Jerichos. They're so white meat, babyface metalheads. Like.
A limited edition What Bar t-shirt.
Nice. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Yes. Steve, the Holiday Armadillo.
Ah, nice. Nice. Finally OOC gets in on this.
And the Bushwhackers, they are Mr. Brain's packet of 4 pork faggots. Oh, shit. In a rich West Country sauce.
Oh, shit.
Ah. And the man who makes kids cry, brah. Doing, brah. Making kids cry, brah. Played by Ray Apollo. You gotta love this guy. Why? Amazing. Doink is wearing a clown's white face paint with blue and red, green hair, a singlet with blue sleeves and yellow stars, and a green tie. Steve, what bar is he? He is Wonka Rainbow Nerds, the tiny crunchy candy.
Ooh.
Roundtree's Jelly Tots.
Nice. Haven't had them in years, actually.
Nice.
Google.
Ah, very good.
Fruity Pebbles. An everlasting gobstopper.
That's exactly what he is.
And he is Roundtree's Tutti Frutti Mega.
Nice. It's Chyna.
Yeah. Excellent.
Purple.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
I feel sorry for Duke the Dumpster Drosy. His moniker is the Dumpster. It's like Duke the Shitty Drosy. Like, it's a fucking rubbish bin.
Isn't it like Bin Man? Like, you know,
yeah, Bin Man.
As opposed to a bin, like Duke the Bin Drosy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not a bin.
Exactly, he's a person.
Yeah, I didn't recognise him as he's bald hair. Yeah, he had nice long hair back in the new generation. Fuck the Casbah! The Iron Sheik! And Heenan famously quips, by the time Iron Sheik gets to the ring, it'll be WrestleMania 38.
Man, he was waddling.
Rumour has it that he broke his belt right before coming out, so he used duct tape to keep his pants up.
Fuck off.
I had a good look. It looked like a belt, though, you know?
You couldn't notice, so
because he was inside the links of his jock, so...
Right. As Belly would have, like, hung over it anyway, so...
The Quake Muffin!
Quake Muffin as well!
Canadian Earthquake, John Tenta.
Who looks the exact same. Slightly more oniony hair.
The Goon!
How long did this guy last? I don't even remember him.
Like, a cup of coffee and get the fuck out. Get out, like...
I remember WWF were trying to sign Jericho in like 94, and they were just after bringing in the Goon. I was like, that's gonna be me. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And he was right. Wild Bill Irwin. I love Finkel's announcing when he said, the Goon!
Favor. But if you like a little side action, I think...
Kamala with Harvey Whippleman and Kim Chi, played by Steve Lombardi, a.k.a. Sexual Harassment Brawler.
I was like, I assure you Kamala was not played by Steve Lombardi.
Repo Man. Oh, jeez.
Why didn't he come out as Smash?
It would have been so much better. Like,
it's because Demolition had been in lawsuits with WWF over their name and gimmick for like 20 years. Yeah. They wanted to use it, WWF didn't want them to use it. So that's why like they're not in the Hall of Fame or ever thought of. I know.
Yet they still hire Smash. Just dress him up as Repo Man and pay him for the night.
Okay. Jim Cornette in business slacks and has a tennis racket. Nikolai Volkov. They misspell his name. They add a C in there. Not the most egregious error, which is Volkov coming out to Ludwig Borga's theme, the Finnish national anthem.
Nice.
Another former tag team champion.
I guess it's fitting for a Russian who's actually Croatian coming out to a Finnish song. Vince's mindset for foreigners in a nutshell, right there.
It's hilarious.
Bed Street, Atlanta, GA. Better street in the whole USA. Yes, it's handsome Doc Hendricks.
But
Kid Hendricks.
What's his gimmick? This is a gimmick battle royal.
He's a grouchy, angry arsehole that works backstage.
He is a racist. That's his gimmick.
One Man Gang.
Who I have noted here looks like Jim Sterling. He's even wearing the red glasses.
He comes out to Bull Buchanan's old theme. Love it. He claims he was supposed to come out as Akeem, but he lost so much weight he couldn't fit into the old outfit.
Could he not just ask Cheeky for his tape? Like,
Gobbledygooker, spelled wrong.
It's just racist.
Reprised by El Hector Guerrero, meaning there were 3 Guerreros seen at this event.
Oh my goodness. Try.
Eddie performing and Chavo in the skybox and Hector here. It's El Tug Job
with his incredibly fat arms.
Gene brings up his heel tag team with Quake when he was Typhoon. Then don't go messing with a country boy. It's Hillbilly Jim.
I would not mess with him. He looked fucking great. Like,
hasn't missed a beat.
Sign him, like. I would have signed him after this. Like, holy shit, you look awesome, bro.
He is in great shape and he has an awesome theme and gimmick. And I love his comedy inhale ride pose. Right? It's amazing.
It's the Conor McGregor pose where he walks around with his lats out. He looks like a fucking knob.
He did finally wangle his way back into the Fed, appearing in WWE Legends House.
I never watched it because it looked bollocks.
He looks like Snitsky now.
It's not his fault.
I love you, brother love. And finally, Walnut Whip himself, Sergeant Slaughter. Splicey of him shooting a rifle, and now he's shooting blanks. Like, that Heenan quip came off much meaner than he intended. Yeah, he had awesome quips in this match. If you see the original graphic, it had half the roster and included Corporal Kirshner, who was removed as nobody liked him. And Slaughter has the same gimmick and is a much bigger star. King Kong Bundy was invited but declined. Same goes for Honky Tonk. Probably because he didn't see himself as a gimmick and he can't laugh at himself either.
Oh, wow.
And Gilbert was pulled from the match as they didn't want fans to think Goldberg was coming.
That's actually a good idea, yeah.
This match is the reality. What would happen in a match without storylines or focus? Fucking have at it. Just throw whoever out straight away without contest. An immediate clearing of the ring, helping each other get over the top rope.
The entrances are nice. I marked out maybe 5 or 6 times. Now hurry the fuck up.
Which they did.
Get it? Yes, they did.
They could not have finished this match any quicker. Repo's out first, off screen, then Gooker. Huge heat for Doink being eliminated. Say that the fans did not like that at all.
Because Doink was only on Raw. Like, I know it wasn't, it was Jericho, but like he was fresh in the fans' mind. Like, I'm sure at this point it's like, oh my god, I recognize him. Let's cheer for this guy.
And Doink's awesome as well. Yeah.
He is awesome.
Cornette gets to use his racket and bats Bushwhacker Luke over the top. That was pretty nice. Back to the shower for a rub and squeezy. Final 4 of Brother Love, Sergeant Slaughter, Hillbilly Jim, and Sheiky Baby. Time for the finish. Who's winning? Why, whoever can't bump to the outside, of course. Legit. And that'd be Sheik. He hoops out Hillbilly Jim last to win it in 3:07. Sore loser Slaughter has to get his heat back for no good reason and KOs Sheik with a Cobra Clutch because he's a dirty foreigner.
I understand that Sheiky couldn't bump, but this match should have been won by Sergeant Slaughter. Big dirty heel foreigner winning it, come on.
Did you enjoy the match?
No, I enjoyed the entrances and then I couldn't care less. I want to move on,
It's weird, because usually it's one elimination at a time so the camera can move from spot to spot, but this is just everyone get out of the pool,
Ridiculous.
But I love seeing all of these people. I thought it was awesome, It was lots of good fun. A great comedy breather between all of these main events.
Yeah, it was all about the entrances and they were fun. And the lads were just very happy to be there and just, give them a payday. No problem with it.
Yeah, getting on to X7. Bit of mania payday, yeah. I would love to see this. You don't have to do it every year. Every couple of years it would be nice to do one of these,
Happy with that, yeah.
Gene expresses how nice it was to see Heenan again, who hilariously dodges shaking his hand over and over again. It's just amazing. Yeah. Wonderful
Bobby
to see him.
Awesome.
They were caught a few times with awkward silences. You couldn't have them do the whole pay-per-view, so doing a couple of minutes was absolutely perfect, A lovely nostalgia breather between the last 2 marquee matches, Vince vs. Shane and TLC 2, and the final 2 marquee matches, Taker and H and the WWF title.
Bobby, it's great to be back in the World Wrestling Federation. Thank you, my friend. Hey, get your hand out of my pocket.
Tell me what you gonna do now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Our next matchup is The Undertaker versus Triple H. Actually, no, I love Triple H at this point. It's Triple H, yeah. The major WWF talk at the time was about Shawn Michaels working a match at X7 against Hunter. They planned it out, and Shawn even signed a new contract, but it was all thrown out because of Shawn's drug problems. The substitute was Ray Lewis, but he decided against it at the last minute. H also claims that he wanted to do a boxing match with Tyson at X7, but they couldn't agree on money. So booking idea number 4, it's The Undertaker versus Triple H, which never happened according to WrestleMania 27. Just remember that.
Ridiculous. I was so angry.
What did they say?
Nothing. They were like, it's the first time these 2 men have ever met. This is Undertaker's gravest challenge ever. I'm like, he beat him. Yeah. He beat him 10 years ago.
Yeah. In a fucking incredible match, no less, So what was the storyline? H claimed he's beaten everyone there is to beat, and Taker jabs, "You ain't beating me."
That's a great storyline. Simple, effective, and it makes you want to watch this match. Well done.
One part I love in the promo package is H sitting on a chair, which is used to pin Taker to the ground by his neck. I thought it looks great. And he's like, "I'll make you famous." Triple H says, "I'm already famous for crippling people."
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Wait, a crippler? No. Some clever booking in the build-up as H avoids Taker by getting a restraining order against Taker for his wife. But there's no restraining order against Kane, who abducts Steph. And then we get one of my favourite booking things ever. You know what's going there. It's like, Steve, got this great visual, alright? Kane threatens to throw Stephanie off a balcony while Taker extorts a match from Regal on the floor below. Problem is we can't logistically do it because Kane can't hold her up in a gorilla press slam position for 3 minutes. So like, what can we do? We'll get a doll and dress her up in Stephanie's clothes.
Yes!
And have Stephanie like crouching beside them going, "No, oh my god, you don't do it." And nobody will be any the wiser.
Oh yeah.
In fairness,
I actually didn't cop that.
Yeah, it looked fine.
She was absolutely motionless and planking like.
She is the daughter of Linda. So, you know. Also, I don't think there's ever been a feud in the WWF or E that has had more denim than this one.
Yes, very good.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Maybe Raven can do a run in or something.
Special guest referee Bret Hart. Oh yeah.
We are Motorhead. We're gonna kick your ass.
I thought it was a really good performance.
Did you listen to like what he was singing?
Don't worry about that. Like, as in, you know, he played the guitar well, and the band played.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game, how you play it. It's all about the game and when you stay it. It's all about playing the game. Who's gonna play it? Triple H will play it. He'll play the game and then he'll make it. It's amazing.
It's all about the game, and how you play it. It's all about the game, if you can play it. About the death and if you can play it. About playing and who's gonna make it. On the game, you know you can play me. I am the bait, you know you can play me. I am the safe, and I want to say. I am the game, and I want to play.
He did not give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
I heard he actually hates playing this song, you know, because like you have to play the gig sometimes, but like not enough to not play it again at WrestleMania 21. Like,
there was a festival on in the RDS 2002. Motorhead were the main event. I was there in my wrestling t-shirt, just like, play the game, play the game, and the fuckers did not play it. And when they got to Ace of Spades, which was their like last thing, I just walked out in a huff. Like I was so angry. I was like, £200 to hear play the game, and you didn't play the game. Cunts.
Like, I love bands playing at wrestling events, but cannot sort out the music, like the sound of it. Like, they are missing a rhythm guitarist. Like, why couldn't you just get like Jim Johnson in the band as well? Because he played in the DX band for WrestleMania 14, yeah. He's the...
When they butchered the fucking national anthem?
Yeah, that was him on the guitar, yeah.
Was it? I did not know that.
Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Sadly, no Limp Bizkit live, you know. No Battle of the Bands. OC special. They actually start the match brawling on the outside. We get an Undertaker 8-0 streak mention. Not a gimmick, but presented as a point of interest.
Yeah. By the way, just on the streak, do you think after he won this match, then they were like, oh, wait, maybe you'll do a streak here, because at the time I wasn't sure who was going to win between these two. You know,
I knew they were definitely going to do it at 10, because 10 was Flair.
Okay.
But it wasn't a thing until like 14 or something with Mark Henry. Greg's boy.
The one, that was the real touch and go.
Yeah, that could have went either way, really, you know.
Yeah.
Hilarious Triple H butt bumps through a shit table. He used to have the shit table, he goes, oh, and like bursts his butt on it. It's amazing.
The poor old Spanish lads, like, they already had one table broke, and they get out the bleeding wrestling table, and he breaks it in.
funny. It's such a shit table. It's one of my absolute favourite table bumps of all time. Triple H follows up countering an old school with a great dodge and a neck breaker. You see, like he snapped his neck to dodge the punch. Really, I was like, man, that was really good.
Yeah.
H grabs a hidden sledgehammer but is disarmed by referee Mike Chioda, who is squished by a catapulted H. Taker chokeslams the game but only gets a 2, flattening the ref out of frustration with a Kevin Nash elbow. Ding ding, DQ, Taker's streak is broken. Nope, they brawl to the tech area, which is actually the tech area, so they're careful not to touch any of the equipment or the massive CRT monitors. In a cool raised scaffolding area, we get OC's favourite. Taker gets the hand way up to block a chair shot.
He was doing it back then as well. He's a relatively young man at this time. I'm sorry, I fucking hate it.
I just rather that they didn't do the spot. Hit me across the back.
Exactly. Or as Taker does then to Triple H, spanks his bum with the chair a few times.
Great retrospective storyline foreshadowing, as H delivers vicious chair shots to Taker, mostly his back, much like Austin would later tonight. Taker delivers a big chokeslam off the scaffolding and onto the concrete. Holy shit! Until they show a replay and H bouncing and bumping onto a soft mattress.
And he falls about like 6 feet.
Yeah, why show the why? Oh my! It looked like an awesome spot. He disappeared.
In my memory, I have this like 15-foot drop, and it being awesome and epic, and it very much wasn't.
It's like you throw a dog on a bed or something. Like, you know?
It's like
a little cocker spaniel or something.
Why was that there? Why were those piles of mattresses there? You know, just give me some reason for it. That's all I need.
Taker wants to bounce too, and does with a big elbow drop. Hilarious, but I love that spot. I thought it was all great. Taker is low blowed for attempting to use the sledgehammer. What? The ref is still out. Steve, how long was the ref out for?
8 minutes.
I say 6.
Over 11 minutes.
Ridiculous.
He did get an elbow to the back of the head though. I suppose
He's
at that
pretty
stage
shaken up,
you're either knocked out or you're getting up. Like, you know, it's like, you know, where's that line?
Like, is he in a fucking coma? Like?
Yeah.
Mine. Fucking coma. In the crowd, we get a "Suck Me Beautiful" sign.
Oof.
A wonderful American Pie reference, dating this pay-per-view. Finish of the match. Triple H tombstone attempt is reversed into a Taker tombstone, but the ref is still out. Last ride, but H pops Taker in the head with the sledgehammer.
Awesome spot.
Taker kicks out, hits a last ride, and gets the 3 with a sexy pin in 1857. And then we get a famous shot of a bloody Taker smirking. Bloody, you ask? Yes, from the sledgehammer shot. They used a gimmicked head, but the wooden shaft pierced through the fake prop head and hit Taker right in the head.
Oh, shit.
And I heard him much more.
Oh, I just thought he bladed. Oh, wow.
It was like, the first time he used a fake sledgehammer and he bloody it smashes him worse. What'd you think?
This was by far Taker's best Mania match up until like Orton. And then when he went on to wrestle Shawn and Triple H. If I was going to say anything bad about it, there was a lot of walk and brawl to get to your next spot. You have to walk outside the ring, you have to walk to the soundstage, you have to walk back to the ring. But apart from that, I fucking loved it. Really good, solid, old school wrestling match. Both men looked great. Despite Triple H losing, this clearly elevated him. Taker keeps going on as being the fucking big dog in the bleeding back garden. And great finish. That spot with the sledgehammer shot to the head, I remember that so well, and it looked as good as my memory had it. Awesome. I just wish they didn't wipe it from the record books for their second feud.
At the time, I've always hated Triple H, and I remember this being the match where I was like, oh, yeah, fuck, I really enjoyed that. This guy, he can fucking wrestle, you know? And as much as I hate him, I can respect him, at least. There was a lot more brawling than I remembered previously. I still think it's a great match, but not quite as good as I thought it was at the time.
I absolutely love this match. Congratulations, Taker, having the best match at Mania so far. Because in general, his WrestleMania matches stank with Snuka, Sid, Bossman, Kama, you know. Way above his average. All thanks to Triple H bossing it.
Needs more Nathan Jones.
Yeah, 2000, 2001, pre-quad tear Triple H. Just the best in the world.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, excellent work. Absolutely love this match. I love the butt bump breaking the shit table and the bouncing off the mattress. That was hilarious. Even if it, you know, kind of kills kayfabe and stuff like that. But no, I loved it. Loved it.
Today, Fort Hood has the great good fortune to welcome the WWF superstars.
Then we get a video package. Out of character cameraman Taker films the army crowd and asks,
Fort Hood, let me hear it one time.
And Lita says each one of us got our own Hummers.
Hello.
In the crowd, 14-year-old William Borchett. In the crowd, 14-year-old William Borchett.
Jesus, Jay.
In the crowd, 14-year-old won a Photoshop contest of the Limp Bizkit CD cover, slapping Rockin' Austin's head sloppily onto two of the aliens. I call bullshit. The state of that fucking Photoshop.
Oh, look at him now. Oh, I got paid to do some Photoshop.
24 euro.
The going rate, please.
A, he's 14. B, it's 2001. And C, is he fully there?
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Limp Bizkit, the new metal band, the redneck fuckers from Jacksonville, formed in 1994 with Fred Durst on vocals, Sam Rivers on bass, John Otto on drums, and Wes Borland on guitar. Releasing $3 Bill Y'all in 1997 and Significant Other in 99, it wasn't until 2000's Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavoured water when Limp Bizkit's relationship with WWF began. Undertaker's music switched from famed Jim Johnson's 5 Bands of Doom member Kid Rock's American Badass to Limp Bizkit's Rollin', and for WrestleMania X7, another Chocolate Starfish track, My Way. Durst gave WWF permission to use Rollin' with one caveat: if he was an unlockable character in the 2001 video game SmackDown Just Bring It. And he was, complete with his own moveset, single entrance and tag entrance with The Undertaker.
I never unlocked him on Shut Your Mouth.
Oh, it was really difficult.
Oh, sorry, that was Just Bring It. I had Shut Your Mouth.
No, it was really difficult. You had to beat 20 people as The Undertaker in a time limit.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard. He also appeared in WWF Raw for Xbox and PC the following year. In 2003, WWE reprised the Rockin' Austin feud for WrestleMania 19 and a Limp Bizkit theme song too, this time using Crack Addict, a song which was scrapped as a title track from the album now called Results May Vary. WWE's favourite band in the whole world performed the track live as well as Rollin' for The Undertaker's entrance, despite him changing his theme and gimmick to Big Evil a year prior. That's not all, folks. Later that year, Survivor Series 2003 was used to build a bridge with Limp Bizkit. Do you remember that song?
Great song.
That bridge was burnt as we didn't get any more biscuity goodness for almost a decade. SummerSlam 2012. It ain't easy being greasy in a world full of cleanliness. Fred Durst is in the crowd, flips off the camera, goes missing immediately afterwards, and denies being kicked out. And here we are the champions. Night of Champions 2012 uses Kevin Rudolph's Champions featuring Lil Wayne and your boy Fred Durst. And so ends the ballad of WWE and Limp Bizkit. For now. And the time is upon us, the match that both men need to win and neither man can afford to lose.
Yeah! This time I'ma let it all come out. This time I'ma stand up and shout. I'ma do things my way. It's my way or the highway.
It's the main event of WrestleMania X7. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the WWF champion, The Rock. And we get the incredible, iconic My Way promo.
To quote Reggie Fils-Aimé, my body is ready. After this type of video, I was fucking stoked to watch this match. Like, oh my god.
Just perfection. The timing, the calm build before the explosion, the editing of it is just...
Deborah!
Like, there'd be music videos before this, but nothing this impactful. And like this video was a major influence on wrestling fans. Like, after this, you had like people make their own wrestling videos and, you know, music videos. And the time with the song is so perfect as well. And it was, well, for 2001, it was current as well. You know, so. Jesus came back to earth as Austin entered in his home state. Holy shit, the response he got here. It's actually at this point where I switched to Austin's commentary of the match. He did play-by-play for his podcast. I highly, highly recommend seeking it out, as it's fascinating insight into the psychology and subtle nuances of a wrestling match. Also, Austin, hell of a charismatic guy. It's just captivating hearing him talking and breaking down a match. So I'm actually going to call this from Austin's point of view.
Nice.
Rock's entrance gets a positive but not half as big a response. It's a bit of a mixed bag here. The match is about the WWF title. Rock turns his back to Austin to do his amazing corner ring pose with the belt.
Oh, you get the lights flashing, all the... it's so good.
Do a subtle shot where the belt faces Stone Cold, which pisses off Austin, and that's why he clocks him straight away for it, and to start the match off hot. Then the rope bounce, middle fingers, and the elbow, which Austin calls the big fuck you. Brawl on the outside. He also calls throwing someone around shit canning. Shit can over the security rail. Rock fires up and in Texas gets some audible boos amongst the cheers. Hilariously, Rock jaw jacks with Earl Hebner, who falls back over the ring steps. And if you notice, Rock picks up the blade he drops. It's like, oh, thanks, Earl.
Rock just backed the referee right over the steps.
Shitcan timekeeper Mark Eaton giving Rock a chance to blade. Austin wasn't happy with Rock's blade job, so he opened him up a little more, but he was cognizant that Rock had a movie to shoot soon after. Oh, amazing bit. Rock swabs like a fish over the announcer's desk and falls in. He's like, bleh, 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 bleh. Holy shit. And master of kayfabe Austin keeps a straight face. Pull the V1 there.
Yeah.
And now we see Rock's mom and Austin's brother, who sat together at ringside. Austin's brother is a massive mark who demands to believe wrestling is real and talk trash to Rock's mom for cheering her son. So bad that Austin had to later apologise to her afterwards.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Stone Cold bloodies Rock up more and does heelish tactics like exposing the turnbuckle, grinding his knee into Rock's face, and warding Hebner off for not breaking a hold.
And he chokes him as well.
Foreshadowing what's to come. And there's fuck you, Steve! Rock throws Austin's head into the exposed turnbuckle, and Austin juices like a motherfucker. We get a ring bell shot, and we see Austin's nasty crimson mask. Time for some Hitman references. Hitman Hearns, that is, versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler, getting punched and bouncing off the ropes. I did watch that match, and I'm like, that's a theatrical thing. He
It
got
sounds
that
like
out of
something
nothing,
that Aloha Arn would be amazing at.
Rock's patented shit sharpshooter, like WrestleMania 13 with a bloodied Austin in a sharpshooter. Shades of Brett as Rock pulls him back in and then sits down. This is like the only time that you do a fucking decent sharpshooter. Austin reaches for the ropes and we get a rope break. No sense in a no DQ match, but it's entirely forgivable. Lots of rhyming booking. You do move, and then I'll do it on you. So Austin applies a sharpshooter, but Rock's legs are so long and girthy, Austin just holds Rock's knee to keep position. Massive blood on both guys. Oh man, so refreshing and impactful to see massive blood when you're used to the kind of Irish mammy, let's stop the match and blow your nose, PG era.
Getting there.
Another Bret and Austin reference, the Survivor Series 96 finish with the $1 Million Dream reversed via kicking off the turnbuckle. State of rocks. Horrible, graceless job doing it.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the worst moves of the match, actually.
The Great One hits a Stone Cold Stunner and it's time for the finish. Vinnie Mac comes down to ringside. People's elbow, but Vince breaks up the fall. So he's with Austin. Rock gets WCW chasing him, running out and into the ring, hit with a rock bottom by Austin. Vince doesn't break it up, so, well, man, you are with Austin. Stone Cold asks Vince to bring a chair into the ring, and we get the ultra rare, successful, I hold him and you hit him with the chair. Stunner, supercell, Rock kicks out. 6 smashing chair shot, and Rock kicks out again. Looks mega strong here. Incensed, Austin officially heel turns, beats the tar out of the Rock with the chair over and over again. It's vicious. No finisher, no move. He just pins him 1, 2, 3 in 28 minutes, 7 seconds. Despite the turn, Austin gets a big cheer. He drinks a beer with McMahon. JR quips, he might as well urinated on the Rock. It's noted that Austin doesn't like Budweiser, says it's piss, but they had a contract with the XFL, so they threw that shit in the ring and he won't turn it down. So what do you think?
Right, you know that I wasn't really looking forward to this match.
Because Austin and Rock are kind of punch-kicky?
They're very punch-kicky. I was never the biggest fan of Rock as a face or Austin matches, but holy shit, they won me over very quickly. They told a story in this match. It was so clever how Austin was clearly wrestling like a heel because he wanted to win. He was desperate to win. He, like I said, he couldn't lose this match. He was willing to bump a ref. He was willing to choke, use his knee braces, everything. Fucking loved it. The fans were into everything. This match was great. Rightfully the main event of the biggest show in the company's history. Absolutely loved it.
Same for... This would have been my second favourite match of all time after Royal Rumble 2000 with Triple H and Foley. I thought, like, The Rock's super selling of stunners, I think it should be funny and silly, but it's not. It's really, I think it makes the match that much more exciting. I love the idea that Austin will do anything to be WWF champion. I love the barbaric ending. You don't see that much. You know, it's usually finisher out of nowhere or reversal, finisher, reversal, finisher, and then over. Here it was more realistic. I'm going to beat the shit out of you until you don't get up. I think the crowd... Well, there's two things. One, what the fuck was McMahon doing there in the first place? There's no build-up. There's no nothing to insinuate that this might happen. And two, it was in Texas. So the crowd were not going to react in the way they should have. They're going to cheer the shit out of Austin regardless of what he does. Mm-hmm. So the ending, while I did enjoy it, it didn't hit home as hard as it should have.
Yeah, some people thought McMahon turned face, and that kind of shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So obviously it didn't work very well. You hear it as a mindless buzzword, but like it's true here. Like the intensity of this match is off the charts. Holy shit. Like both guys are massive mainstream megastar main event babyfaces going full throttle, and they both work so well together. Absolutely loved it. I was fearing the worst as Austin and Rock are punch kicky, and but this is brilliant. Much better than how I remembered, which is quite rare, you know. This was their best match together and absolutely delivered. Like there was like these subtle nuanced bits, there's these big obvious bits, massive blade jobs, big scandal at the end. It was brilliant. Like the awkward heel turn did hurt it, so it's kind of like a wet fart of a finish, but it was still A+, you know. And then we got the incredible sell by Heyman and JR to see us out.
Stone Cold has sold out his band. He sold you and all of his fans right down the river. And you know what? The leopard never changes his spot because he's a rattlesnake. And that's what a rattlesnake will do. And good God Almighty, things will never, ever be the same.
Just think about it. You'll get it.
So the pay-per-view overall?
Wow. It was great. I will go with the bad first. The Right to Censor versus the A.P.A. It was like a
10 on 10.
3-minute match. Women's match was nothing. It was a 2-minute squash. And the Gimmick Battle Royal was fun until the wrestling happened, and then it fell apart. And everything else, like the set, the crowd, the spectacle, the feel, fucking amazing. Jericho versus Regal was a really good opener. Angle Benoit was spooge fest. Like the first 5 minutes of that match are some of my favourite that I can think of. Vince versus Shane was a billion times better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe one of the best non-wrestler matches ever. Zombie Linda gets a special mention. She was on form. TLC, one of the greatest ladder matches of all time. Some of the most famous spots from tag team wrestling ever. Triple H versus Taker, a fucking great match with one spot that's not as good as Memory Had It, but everything else great. And then the main event just knocked it out of the park, told a great fucking story. 2 guys, the most over people in wrestling ever, having a match at one of the loudest crowds ever. Man, I was nervous watching this because I had a fear that it wasn't going to be as good as it was in 2001. It may be even better. It's aged so well. The wrestling holds up. The characters are better than anything that we have today. To any fan who has never seen this show, obviously listen to this, but go out and watch that show on DVD or in any way, shape or form. You owe it to yourself to watch the show if you're a fan of wrestling. It's incredible.
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
Bret Hart, 4 out of 10.
Yeah, best pay-per-view ever. That was my opinion for the past 14 years. It's still my opinion after watching it this week. Everything was amazing apart from, the women's match, but again, it served a purpose. Gimmick Battle Royale was a bit of fun. Not every match can be unbelievable and high intensity. You need the breaks. And the crowd was the best crowd ever. They were sitting there for 4 hours, probably 4.5 hours or whatever it was for them. And they were nuts for the whole way through. And
they weren't smarky and they weren't trying to get themselves over.
Absolutely.
Overrated.
Exactly.
Husky Harry.
I actually made a note earlier when someone went through a table that I was so happy that there wasn't chance of ECW. It was holy shit. I was like, great, great.
Fantastic, amazing, and everyone deserves a can of Coke.
They all get bottles of Coke, Steve. No, actually, cans are nicer. You get 2 cans each.
Yeah, it lives up to the hype and rightly takes its place as the greatest wrestling pay-per-view ever produced. The grand stage, the juggernaut performances top to bottom, McMahon's storyline match was excellent, tag team pinnacle, the amazing high spot flurry, TLC 2, nostalgia Gimmick Battle Royal, I thought it was perfect comic relief and breather. Work rate, mat wrestling, Angle Benoit was incredible, and only better things to come. H bossing it with Taker, giving him his best match of his career so far, and Rock and Austin delivered in the most hyped main event in history. Kind of sad as every pay-per-view we do, it's going to be downhill from this, but this pay-per-view is better than I remembered it, which is very rare, and especially as it's so highly regarded. But A+, 10 out of 10, just amazing, perfect. Watch it, buy it twice on DVD. Like.
If there ever was an illustration that Stone Cold Steve Austin has sold his soul, is that he's coming down to the ring to the music of Mr. McMahon.
It was it's weird, like the end of the Attitude Era. Within weeks we went from 3 major US companies to just one, and coincidentally WWF immediately started booking poorly, most notably with this heel turn. One of the worst decisions in company history. Like, why did it happen? Like, Austin himself noted, hindsight being 20/20, wishes he never turned in the match and he stunnered Vince at the end. But stayed the course as he desperately wanted to be heel again, to challenge himself creatively, and thought he'd peaked as a face and was waning.
I actually loved Austin's run as a heel. Like, I thought he was so entertaining. All his things with Angle and with the alliance and coming out and singing I am the wind beneath my ring or something. Oh, it was all great. However, from a business point of view, it was a bad idea. They lost money on it, so
that's a nice way of saying
yes.
Like you can't they took the company down like with how bad this was. Anyway, like he thought he'd peaked as a face. He was waning a bit, which was true. Like 98, 99, he was the dominant attraction in the WWF. Like a new t-shirt almost every week, and his theme hits 6 times a night, that kind of thing. But he was still a crazy hot babyface and the biggest WWF had. Why didn't this heel turn work? Look, despite his antics, he couldn't heel turn. Not in front of his home state crowd who desperately wanted him face. Also, character-wise, it makes no sense for him to become a corporate stooge. And that's just a bit of a big fuck you for watching Austin versus McMahon for the last 4 years. Didn't fit. The bigger problem with Austin as a bad guy, who are you gonna wrestle? Like, The Rock was leaving to film The Scorpion King. Triple H? Austin wanted to join up with an established heel in Triple H to cement his turn. So who's next? So they had a filler tag feud with The Undertaker and Kane, who were always high on the totem pole, but never the top baby faces. Like, it's probably one of the reasons Taker's been around so long. He's not in the actual spotlight.
Yeah, maybe.
You know? Like, there's always a Hogan, a Shawn, Brett, Austin, Cena, or someone above him, you know? Anyone else? Ooh, we could beat up the Hardys for a bit. Ooh, we could beat up Michael Cole. You know?
Michael Cole.
Ooh, try your hand with Benoit and Jericho. Who can save us? The WCW invasion! How did that go? Ooh, that's a story for another day. So before we sign out for the evening, let's hit the wrestling is. Awesome segment.
Awesome! Celebrity Deathmatch Pandemonium!
So I stunned McMahon's sorry ass, and that's the bottom line.
You impudent fool! Your physicality is no match for my superior mental acumen.
Now let's get it on!
That Stone Cold can really take a hit.
Oh, whipped cream!
The rules of this fight clearly prohibit the use of ozone-depleting aerosol.
Look out! A superfly!
Looks like trouble for Stone Cold. And he's knocked right through the canvas. The legendary Stone Cold Stunner. And Vince McMahon is out.
If you want to see me beat Vince McMahon with this tombstone, give me a hell yeah!
That's why they love him, Johnny. Stone Cold gives the fans exactly what they want.
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
There's no stopping Stone Cold now. I think he's on a roll.
And that does it for this week, folks. Episode 55, WrestleMania X7 is in the books.
In the pocket, out of sight.
Before starting a new story arc, we'll do our 2 tattoo reviews. Special thanks to Peter Nguyen from Riptiders.com for the incredible comic book artwork, Matt from Wreckless Eating for the Adbury Questionarium, Kenny and Harley Wooten for the Biscuity theme song, and of course, Luke, Rory and Davin at piledriverwrestling.net. Remember, you can catch all of our episodes free of charge in an IMAX flavoured 4:3 full screen at oswreview.com. Why not pick up a nice t-shirt at t-shirt.oswreview.com and leave us a lovely message. So until next time, it's your boys, Mr. OC and V1 and myself, Jay Hunter, and remember, a winner is you.
Chicken hands.
Jeez, you remember,
Try. We're still waiting for someone to find us.
Yeah, if anyone's watching 97 Raws, keep an ear out for JR talking to DX in the back and try. He says try.
Doesn't happen.
It's like SummerSlam to like Christmas because
you only have to watch half a year of Raw.
Well, of course, you'd want to watch the entire year of 97 Raws anyway. I was going to say, do you remember the fake Razor and Diesel? Razor and dies out. Because McMahon said it was a terrible idea. And JR was like, no, this will work. I'll introduce them, we'll see how it works. And so they bring them out, and the crowd just immediately boo them. And JR and Vince are on commentary, and Vince just like, listen to the crowd. What do you got to say about this, JR? This is your boys. Here, why are they booing? And he's like, oh, shut up. We own the copyrights. These are our gimmicks. Boo.
Awesome.
Razor, time's out. That's brilliant.